The Pacific islands of Vanuatu have hundreds of miles of coastline in one of the richest oceans of the world, yet until lately there was little seafood available to the people in its capital, Port Vila. Even before Hurricane Pam hit the country in 2015, over 12% were living below the poverty line. Now that number has grown, and there are few opportunities to create livelihoods for these families, who also increasingly struggle with health problems associated from malnutrition. ALFA Fishing, a relatively young local business, has found a way to resolve these issues by linking them together. ALFA is a small-scale enterprise that teaches youth to fish sustainably and then distributes their catch to restaurants and hotels in Port Vila and also to poor households. They are not the only supplier of fish in Port Vila, but they're the most reliable in terms of quality and deliveries, and there's excess demand for their products. More importantly, their unique business model creates much-needed income opportunities for remote islanders as well as for low-income households in the city. ALFA Fishing was started by Alfred Colontas. Alfred's vision is not just to fill the market gap for quality seafood, but to use sustainable seafood markets to build livelihoods, reduce poverty, and improve nutrition for the people of Vanuatu. Alfred started his career developing government training programs for agriculture and worked for many years as an advisor to government ministers. But frustrated with the slow adoption of innovation, he quit his salaried job to become an entrepreneur and launched ALFA. His original goal was to apply his agricultural experience to the artisanal fishing sector. He's done that and also much more.
The only choice that young people have, the very first choice, they will say that I'll go to town or an urban center and search for unemployment. We have all realized that migrating into town or another island is just like you're just migrating for unemployment. And they don't understand that they have so much value. That's exactly what they just need to tap on, and everything will fall in place. So that's what really convinced me to start.
Alfred has used his sustainable seafood supply business to build 2 livelihood creation programs. One of these is a training program in the remote island communities where he teaches youth to fish sustainably. The other is a poverty eradication and nutrition enhancement program, which builds women-led micro-enterprises among the poorest of Port Vila. We'll take a look at the apprentice and training program first. This program applies to anyone over the age of 15 in an island community where ALFA works, male or female. In the program, they learn about fish size limits, sustainability practices, which gear to use, and how to preserve quality of the seafood they catch. The apprentices are paid above market rate for their catch and offered incentive payments if they agree to open and contribute to a savings account in the local credit union. ALFA buys 100% of their catch, so there's no waste or bycatch. In a community with no access to cash trade, let alone banking services of any type, this creates huge change for each participant in terms of their daily income and their ability to build their own future. Alfred has been able to work with 28 youth apprentices so far in 3 different communities, and also to offer support to dozens of young women who collect seafood in the intertidal zone. There's a long wait list for youth wanting to join the apprentice program, and multiple requests from other communities to bring ALFA Fishing to their shores. Before ALFA Fishing was working in these communities, there were literally no jobs and very few income opportunities. Since ALFA arrived, there's a pride among the youth who participate, and now that the women can earn income, they have a stronger voice in planning how funds should be used in their households. The other major program that ALFA has created is what Alfred has named FAML, which means family in the local dialect. This is at the other end of the supply chain, where ALFA is creating opportunities for families in Port Vila who live below the poverty line and are unable to feed nutritious food to their children. Since only a few species that the island fishermen catch are in demand from local hotels, restaurants, and wealthier private customers, ALFA divides the rest of the catch into small packages of 6, 8, or 10 small servings and sells these, below market price, to the poorest families. These packages open an opportunity for each woman to start a micro-enterprise of her own. To qualify for FAML, each participating woman must agree to feed 4 portions of the fish package they buy to their own children. This makes sure they meet their household basic nutritional needs first and only then seek income. It helps solve the nutritional problems which are so pervasive among the poor on the island. The remaining FAML portions are used by the women to create value-added products to sell. The The products include small appetizers that are popular in the local bars, as well as curries and soups for food stands. A stepwise design in the program allows motivated women to grow profits quickly, gaining confidence and business expertise as they do. Some have launched their own food stands and catering enterprises as a result, and all of them have been able to better feed their families and earn much needed cash income.
The people have a big need in the islands. They easily compare themselves with somebody else. That's too much. You need so much money to do that. So that's one major element that ALFA is investing on. That it's not the money, it's not that big. You cannot just jump and get to that level. You have to crawl first, learn how to walk before you can run. So ALFA goes and says, think of what we can do together with what there is, with you, with the community system, with this wood, with the women. So that's the ALFA philosophy.
ALFA Fishing treats each network member fairly and generously as an independent entrepreneur. They encourage savings and investments into both their micro ventures and basic family needs. ALFA also requires that each participant respect the natural resources of the island, the products, and their fellow entrepreneurs. Those who do not share these values are cut out of the program, and no one wants that, so the rules are followed very carefully. The resulting pride in the people is visible and strong. The impacts on the communities are immense. ALFA Fishing represents a truly innovative way to promote sustainable artisanal fishing, fill market demand for quality seafood, and maximize benefits to the community.